Hello. It's your girl, Miss Angie, and we are back with another Let's Talk Tuesday, okay? Life has been lifing, things have been busy, but one thing for sure, I'm always going to get back to my Let's Talk Tuesday because a lot of times we just need that outlet to be able to talk about different things that are happening. And I feel like this is that place and that space for me to just be open and honest with certain things that I have been through in my life. And I know that it will help somebody. You know, I know that this channel will help somebody. I know that these different subjects and things that we talk about will help someone. So pretty much the topic today, and we're not going to sit here long, is talking about being a wife. And it's crazy because me and my husband, this month actually, we will be going on being married for 1 year. And it's like, where did the time go? It seemed like time just flew by and I don't know where it went. It's just like that fast, that quick. But anyways, I feel like when it comes to being a wife as a mother already, it seems like you're just wearing so many different hats. When it comes to being a wife, being a mother, working a job, going to school, trying to also worry about my own personal mental health, trying to find time for myself, trying to navigate time for my husband and everything. It's hard because it's like, how do you find balance? I think I've still been trying to figure that out. Like, how do you figure out balance? How do you understand of being able to share yourself in so many spaces and so many dynamics and so many places? So what I want to say to people who are married already, or to women and young women who want to be married, is understand that it's a lot of a process to give. It's a give and take, you know, trying to do what you can and not overwhelm yourself. Being a wife is that commitment that I made to my husband and to God. And when I can sit up here and personally say that, no, I'm not perfect when it comes to being a wife, I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to transition. I'm still trying to understand what a wife looks like. But guess what? One thing I'm not going to do is give up. One thing I'm not going to do is let the negativity set in on, dang, this is hard. Dang, this just seemed like this too much, because I work too hard to be where I'm at. And I know my husband deserves the best out of me as being the best wife I can be and the best mother I can be. So I'm not going to give up. What it takes is prayer. What it takes is a strong background of people and family and friends that can motivate you. People and family and friends talking about, I've been in your shoes, I understand. That's a lot of that when it comes to being a wife. What I know in my life as being a wife is that I'm doing things to make things better. So when I talk about me going to school, is because I know I have to transition from my current job to a different space so I can be that mother, so I can be that wife. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. When I get home, my daughter be like, oh, I know you tired. My husband be like, I know you gonna fall asleep. And I don't want that to be the case. And I hope that in the future, by me making this adjustment into going into school and changing what my life looks like, because I think a lot of times we get into these places where we get into that comfortability and we look at it like the money is coming in, things are looking good, I don't want to move and I don't want to make that transition. But one thing is for sure, is that God had already told me there's going to be a change. Even before I even had my son, there's going to be a change in where you work. There's going to be a change and a shift in things, because I knew God was telling me, I need you to be active with your children. I need you to show up for your kids, because definitely in the times that we live in right now, I need to be a parent. I need to be that active parent. I need to be, because both me and my husband working 10-hour, 12-hour shifts and overtime and everything. Yes, the money is good, and I know how to save and stack up and do what I need to do. At the end of the day, though, while my husband is out making the money, I need to be that wife that's at home teaching my kids and being active and finding that place that God needs me to be. See, a lot of times God will put you in a place where he's like, this is where I have you temporarily, but this is where I need you to be in the future. And God let me know, understand, this is comfortable. Yeah, making good money, and things like that. But I need you to be here now. I need you to be able to be focused on the kids. I need you to be able to shine light in the places I need you to be at. And so I understand that. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, because I need a break. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But just going back into being a wife. I enjoy being a wife. I love having my family. I love just the whole ins and outs of it. But we have to understand, when people glorify and glamorize, I'm sorry, let me put that word, glamorize marriage, it doesn't mean that once you're married, then everything is easy. That's not what it means. God puts different things on your plate now as being a wife. And that doesn't mean that you ignore the needs of your husband. And that doesn't mean that you ignore the needs of your children. But it means that you have to understand how to balance those things. And I'm learning. But I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm perfect. I'm not no perfect wife. I'm a great wife, but I am not no perfect wife. I never will be perfect. But I know that there's areas that I need to strengthen, and I'm going to be better. So I just put that out there for women who are married or women who want to be married one day, that it's a process. I love it. I ain't gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up, especially when God shows you where you need to be. And I know that God has brought this union to me for me to be this wife that I need to be for my husband. But at the end of the day, child, it ain't easy. I can tell you that. I can let you know. It's not easy. Some days I had my husband helping me study with schoolwork, and some days you're going to have long nights. And some mornings you're going to have early mornings. And some days you're going to want to break down. And some days you're going to want to cry. And some days you're going to be like, what am I doing? But when you obey what God has for you, and God puts you in the place of, who your husband is, and that you are a great wife, then you continue to push. You continue to look forward to what else God has for you. So I just wanted to shed that light on this topic of being a wife. It's a journey. It's give and take. It's a lot of happy moments. It's some rough moments. It's some sad moments. It's going to be moments where you disagree. It's going to be some moments where you agree. It's going to be some moments of learning how to discipline your children. And it's going to be some moments where you like, maybe I did too much. Maybe I was doing too much. Maybe I took discipline a little too far. Like, I can speak for myself because I've been there. And if you ever been there, then you can look at those moments as well. And I also just want to shine light for women who are the girlfriend. If you are a girlfriend in the moment, understand that this is going to be, when you do decide to, you and the guy that you're dating, you guys do decide to be married, understand that there's a lot of conversation that you guys should have, and understand that this is a big step. Boyfriend and girlfriend, you could just walk away. But when you are married, you can't just walk away. And I remember being young, and when I was in relationships, and a lot of times you'd be like, well, shoot, I could just walk away. Like, I started to put on that whole, she quick to run. Like, it was like, oh, okay, this ain't going right. Let me get out of here. Like, I gotta go. You can't do that in marriage. So understand it's a process. Understand that it's a lot of give and take, and I'm here for it. So this is just, once again, Let's Talk Tuesday, you know, a little bit on being a wife. Maybe I will go into a more detailed video, but of course I'm only a year in being a wife, and I love this journey. I would never trade it in for any other experience, but it's not easy and it's a process. So anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for the continued support. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.